We are now done with the first half of the 2007-08 legislative session, and you're first as majority leader. Just some of your thoughts and reflections as you look back.
Well, we had a very productive year. Just finished an hour or so ago, and finished with the special session bills on energy, the special session Senate Bill 1, dealing with the renewable energy production incentives for Pennsylvania, and the fuels bills that would deal with renewable diesel and biodiesel production incentives and market demand incentives in Pennsylvania. So that was the finale, the last bit of business we did. But we had a very active session.
We implemented many very important government reforms, but I know your top priority got close, and that was Senate Bill 1. Tell me what happened and what is your hope for 2008?
Well, we expended a great deal of effort on that piece of legislation. It was our top priority, remains our top priority for this session. We thought that we could get it on the governor's desk before the end of this calendar year. It turned out that it came up a little bit short due to the delay in the House. But the product that we worked on here in the Senate, after a number of amendments, after a public hearing, came within one vote of unanimous support on the Senate floor. So we got strong bipartisan support, sent the bill to the House. The House seems to be in a period where they're, rather than coordinating their efforts, each member is offering amendments. The bill attracted 19 successful amendments and several amendments that were offered that were defeated. We just got the bill back today from the House, and today is the last day of our session. So it's such an important bill, we need to make sure we go through each of their amendments, see what the import of the amendment is, see whether the intention conveyed by the amendment is accurately reflected in the language, and then see whether we agree with the amendment. We'll go through that process between now and the first day back in session on the 14th of January, and be ready that week or the next week to deal with those parts of the amendments that we do not agree with, and to express to people those parts that we would accept. We would hope to have that bill back before the House, and if necessary the Senate, before the end of January.
Now, what I hear you saying is, even though it was disappointing that you did not get it done before the end of this calendar year, it's more important that you really have careful scrutiny of the amendments that the House added on. Well,
it is not only important for any bill to go through a deliberative, open process, but especially a bill that by its very nature is about openness and transparency. The last thing we wanted to do was to rush through the review and response to those amendments in a quick fashion, in a way that didn't allow for people to comment, didn't allow for all people's opinions, both members of the General Assembly and of the public, to be heard. So we'll go through that process over the next few weeks and hopefully improve the bill where there is a suggestion or two from the House that might improve the bill, and still keep focused on getting the bill to the governor's desk so that we can have a change in that law that's so long overdue. But frankly, as a matter of perspective, when we started this, many people who have been in Harrisburg much longer than I have said that it's just a task that will never be finished because there are so many points of view. So I'm encouraged by the fact that we got almost unanimous support in the Senate, and although the House did offer and engross several amendments, the concept of improving our open records law is one that received majority support in the House as well.
So it remains your number one priority?
It does. Before you know it, we'll be back in the budget cycle of the governor's budget address and appropriations hearings and negotiations on the budget. We still have issues to deal with that for the HASCA, the Hazardous Sites Cleanup Fund, which was a time-sensitive issue. We were able to have our bill go to the governor just in these last days. The House reverted to the prior printer number, which essentially they removed their amendments from our bill that Senator Mary Jo White and I had sent to the House, and that bill is on its way to the governor.
How is that significant for you? I mean, tell us the impact that bill will have.
In Pennsylvania, which has a long, proud industrial history, one negative byproduct of that is that we have many sites across the state, primarily in our older communities, that have contamination of the soils, of the waters of those sites through those industrial processes. And in order to reuse those sites need to be cleaned up. This fund provides the funding for that. If this legislation had not gone to the governor, been signed by the governor, that effort would have stopped until some other legislation replaced it. So that's something that going forward is a positive. We still have to reach some resolution on the M-Care abatement fund. We voted now twice in the Senate to send a resolution to the House. My understanding is to date they have not taken up those bills and sent them off to the governor.
And finally, your very intelligent, careful review of all the bills as majority leader and how you handle your leadership post has been a huge plus for the state of Pennsylvania. When you look back over this year, what does it mean to you as you assume this new role?
Well, I've really enjoyed leading the Republican caucus in the Senate. We have a group of men and women who are very dedicated to their constituents and to the Commonwealth. We have a wealth of experience, different viewpoints. We try as best we can to make sure that we take advantage of all of the talents of the members of the caucus and allow input into bills that we are offering on the floor. And I think that process has resulted in good legislation for the people in Pennsylvania.
Has it been a different, from what you expected after a year?
It's been an enjoyable process so far and a very productive year.
So you're looking forward to a second half of the session?
I am looking forward to the next year. I am.
Great. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you.